everybody. This is Elisha Keating. We are here with Spirit, and we are doing an interactive. You get one question per person. Please, just one question. And please try not to phrase it so there's a dozen questions in one question, okay? Because everybody, this is Elisha Keating. And we do want to, we do want to get as many people as possible. And some of you are very ingenious, by the way, with the way they could put the questions in there. So, yeah, so things have been really hopping on your end, psychically, spiritually speaking, hey?
Yes, very much so. Like, well, I guess because we are in that Scorpio energy, which is I think one of the most intuitive signs other than Cancer. Mind you, the water sign.
We're supposed to be out of it. We're supposed to have gone out of it on the 16th.
Okay, well, I'm still feeling it from me, personally.
Well, today is it's a 2020, 22 portal.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
that was huge.
Yeah, it's been huge. So it's like everything started moving yesterday and today energetically. And I started having dreams, and it's funny for me, I've noticed I've had this dream for the last few months of being pregnant, and every dream of being pregnant, I get closer and closer to birth, which makes sense because the last dream I had, not last night, but the night before, I was like 2-term ready to give birth. And then today I got emails from my job about recertification and everything. So it's birthing the new. And I think that's an overall energy for everybody right now, which is really fun and exciting. Like, it's way better than where we've been. That's for sure.
I agree with 100%. And I do agree with the energy shifting has started a few days ago. Something really fun and exciting happened to us. We were at a grocery store, our local grocery store that we go to, and we're sitting chatting because Elle and we chat with everybody. And the store manager came up to us and we started chatting with him. And he says, "Oh, by the way, you won." And I look at him kind of strange to say, "What?" Because we haven't put any thing in. It happened to be right time, right place. I haven't won anything since I was 12 years old. So I'm going, really? I was really excited, and we won a Ninja blender, and we're so excited about it.
Ooh, what are you thinking of have you used it yet?
No, but we've got stuff. Went out and got fruit to blend to make stuff for it. But I've been wanting a blender. Well, for years. I've been looking at the Ninja blender for years, but the last 3-4 months I keep looking at them and going, "Oh, they're so expensive." And I'm so excited.
Yeah, they are. But that's funny, because that's the energy the last few days. It's like the breakthroughs, right? That something manifesting for you, showing that the energy's finally moving, like that stagnancy. And we need stagnancy sometimes to review what we're going through, but now it's finally, the gears are turning.
And another thing that happened yesterday, we have a favorite restaurant, and I can't pronounce the name, but it's how do you say the Vietnamese soup? How do you say?
Pho Nong, the place here is Pho Nong, but it's pho, right?
Yeah, that's pretty close to the same. It's pho. It's a pho. It's called pho li, and it's on the highway. If anybody's around here on the in Salmon Arm area, it's on the highway towards Walmart. And we went there, and I made a Buddha statue for the lady specifically. And I just made it because she's a really nice human being. And I gave it to them, and they I thought it was so nice. They paid for our soup.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so for me, that's another sign that the energy is moving in a really positive way.
Yeah, because abundance is coming back. It's like, I think a lot of, I don't think for everyone, but for me personally, I notice abundance starts to kind of go at a halt when I have to work on things spiritually, and then it comes back. But that's so that my energy can focus on something else. And now I got pre-approved for a bunch of stuff. I got approved for my schooling to be covered. So
yeah, I'm assuming you're going to take the first one.
Yes, yeah, I'll be going December 9th. This is my first day. So.
And that's pretty cool. And that congratulations, by the way. I'm very pleased for you. And there's a whole bunch of other things you are opening up your life
Yeah,
to because of it.
yeah.
So
It's
there's another thing too, that people women especially, maybe men. I don't talk to as many men as I do women, but I noticed that relationships are starting to move again in a positive way. We have a really good friend in Ottawa who became engaged about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and she's over the moon. We have a good friend in California who I told her, oh no, you're going to meet this guy. And I described him. And she messaged me a couple days ago and says, I met this guy and I thought, I didn't think you were right, but I met this guy and he is exactly what I described, and they love each other. They're very,
instant, right? Instant.
they both feel the same way, and she's sure of it, and she's psychic, so she should be right. And I've noticed not necessarily that people have got together, but the energy seems a little more cohesive or more.
Yeah, it's like, and that's with, because relationships certainly don't bypass spiritual energy. If anything, like family and then relationships and ourselves is like the main three, it seems like. But
Yeah.
I think we're after that. But no, I think relationships went through a tough period because it was time to sort of make a choice of where we want to go. Like some people, because it's two individuals becoming one. So one can choose not to grow, the other can choose to grow. And if they don't grow together, they end up departing, right? So but anytime we outgrow a person, the love is still there always, but it will bring us to someone who is more suited for us, who can help us continue to grow, because that's why we're here on earth, right? And I think that's why also spiritual people tend to come and go a lot. I've noticed with spiritual people.
Well, it's because people who are genuinely on the path and working at it, we do shift and change dramatically. And that makes it very difficult for us to maintain a relationship. But
Yeah.
But I also noticed that when the relationship is not going anywhere, it is cut off really quickly and really fast. And again, that goes back to okay, they're not working. It's not going to work for you. We're opening it up for a new relationship that will work for you. And that's very powerful, I find.
Yeah.
Very
And
powerful.
sometimes I notice that, because like we always say, hermit mode rest is always important for that too. And sometimes if both parties, they break apart and they take time to work on themselves and genuinely do it, they can come back and try again. But it has to be mutual. The universe is not going to keep an energy in your life anymore that is dragging you down. Like this
No,
whole year and the year before has been crunch time energy. Like we can't really dawdle anymore with our lessons. I've noticed
we
it's kind of
can't. And what was I going to say? I do also feel that people who've been on the spiritual path for years and have been wanting to have a relationship, they haven't had it because they had to be who they are. They had to be strong in who they are. And I think
my last physical relationship, other than the one just now, was 10 years ago, was my son's father. And then I had no physical relationship. And then I met someone and we grew apart. We weren't growing together. And then it ended really quick.
and it was quick. It was like a surgeon's precision cut.
Yeah, it was.
Which is amazing, because usually we take things like this and we do things for weeks and months and sometimes years. We don't have years, we've got days now.
No, like we're jumping timelines like crazy. Like I can feel like the energy, like I can feel like I'm going down a certain path and then I make a choice and it immediately jumps way over there. Like even people I'm reading for, their choices are causing huge timeline jumps now, and for the good, really.
Yeah, and is the question yet?
Oh, there's a bunch. Just keep
Okay.
talking until you're ready.
Okay, I think we're almost ready to. I wanted to go on. I might, while Elle talks to you, I'm going to go send out emails, messages to people, say, hey, we're on. And what else am I going to say? There's today is the beginning of it. We're going to start seeing it's individual, but it's also a cosmic shift. But today should be a very strongly individual shift day for each person.
Mhm.
But I also think it's going to shift in the social mores as well. And
Social war?
pardon?
You said social wars?
Mores, moralities.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, was a social war going on? Oh no.
No, not WM.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, today is when I got most of my really important emails finally after a period of not hearing back from them for a while. I was like, what the heck? So I'm super excited. And if that energy is all over the place, which it is,
Well,
I can expect some really positive stuff about this shift.
I've been getting, we all know Maddie, right? She does the meditation. She's been getting 1122 signs everywhere. And I've also, for individual readings, I've been getting 1122. And I do believe, I know Linda has, and I believe you have as well.
Yes, and a lot of 555, which is that to me is like big life change. It's not subtle change, it's big internal change and external.
By the way, I love your cup. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, my ex got me that for me.
Well, he had to taste it.
That's one thing about relationships though, is like even though things break apart, the love will always be there.
And that's the way it should be.
Parting with unconditional love allows the energy to move through faster. Really.
It does. It really does. And with you see the good in everybody, because everybody, there is good in everybody. Just it's in the past we've gone, oh, I can't stand that person.
No, and I never operate like that. Like I still very much love him, but I know that time is up. We didn't grow together. And unconditional love, like I don't know. I think if you really love someone, you don't just pretend like it. I don't know.
Well, the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is I don't care.
Apathy. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's very, very powerful. What we're going through is very powerful.
It is. Yes. It's
I
new opening up. Like I feel like we jumped the timeline the last 2 days again.
possibly, I don't know. All I know is that for many years I've looked at and I've known that we're going to come out on the winning end, but today's the first time I actually feel it. Knowing and feeling are two different things. So if I can get feeling and knowing together.
Yeah, and I'm starting to get information again too. Like I went into hermit mode so I could process my lessons with my last relationship, because us spiritual people, we go through too. But I'm getting information again, like when I'm just relaxing, and that's how I know things are really bad. Because you know me, I go through periods of quiet.
Well,
I have to, part of my personal process.
Before we go further, tell them about the
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, the phenotype. Okay, so
while you do that, I'm going to
sure. Yeah.
I'm going to share.
Okay. So guys, what I've been
Or
getting.
maybe not. You've got a lot.
Well,
we'll just let people figure out you're here.
Okay. So when I've been kind of opening back up to the energies again, I've been getting this word called a phenotype. And I don't know if people are aware, but I get a lot of messages that I don't understand the words. I have to Google it sometimes. But what I'll do first is I'll sit with the word they give me, and then I'll feel what the message is behind it. So the phenotype that they're telling me about, it is like a new spiritual evolution. It is because you know how we have the mental body, the physical body, the spiritual, and the emotional, all that different types, right? Well, this new phenotype is like a regeneration type where it unifies everything into one core being. And this is why I think, was it last year, we all felt that the chakra systems are formulating into one unit. It was preparing us for this new phenotype. And what this does, kind of like our last live, we talked about the creation state. It's above quantum. It is this new way of being that allows everything to be all at once. So it's a more whole state of being in the energies, which we are all whole anyway, but it's going to make things less work, but more intense because it's all compacted. So it's like the highest form of frequency we can get to. So this is why, like Maddie, she's getting high, she's getting sick because her body's trying to adapt. I've been really sick. Like I've been sleeping so much, which is not like me. Even my friends, like they're getting sick too. It's because our bodies are adapting to this new unit, which is more condensed and connected. It's going to, and this is why we're having so many intense changes and why we're also having hermit modes. It's adapting to this. And so every little thing we do is going to make a huge impact on us and humanity because we are all connected. And this new phenotype helps us to be more in that union state, which also means that when we meet our twin flames, like the real ones, not the karmic ones, it's going to be like really, really, really intense.
And it is really intense. When you meet your twin flame, I do believe they're a new kind of twin flame. We talked about this before, right?
Because there's karmic soulmates. I've also noticed karmic twins, monadic twins. This is like this new phenotype, I think, is the most truest form of the twin.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening because, like we talk about, love is the most purest, intense form of energy. You do everything with love, and it's heavy hitting in a good way. And our earth needs that. We don't have enough love on our planet, and for ourselves either, really.
Well, I think that's part of the reason that spiritual people haven't had real relationships for the years and years is because we needed to learn to love ourselves. And once we have that love and it's true, well, you know what I'm always saying, as much as we love ourselves, as much love as we can give.
Because there's less blockages in the way, like less fear. When we love ourselves, there's not as much fear that we emulate in our relationships.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're going to let Elle take on her job and start working because I think we've got a lot of people. If you get tired, let me know and I will jump in.
Will do.
All right.
Asel says hello, ladies. Tari Avalos says hello, ladies. Asel asks, will my ex and I get back together?
Okay, so I apologize what I'm about to say, but there has been kind of like what we just addressed. There has been sort of a breaking apart. Now, his feelings are very much still there, but I feel like he has a hard time facing emotion, which means he has a hard time facing what has happened between you two. I do feel he keeps an eye on you. His heart hasn't gotten over it, but the frequency between you two is, as time goes on, it's continuing to be mismatched. I do think the possibility for a conversation is there. However, it feels like communication on both sides is not where it should be. And there is a need for you to step into more of your feminine energy instead of chasing the masculine. So if you can bring your energy back to yourself, and again, that self-love, I think things may begin to progress forward. But as it stands right now, there is a pause. So possible, it depends on how he goes forward, because I think it's more of a him lesson at this moment.
Also keep in mind your ex is for a reason.
Yeah.
More than anything, I feel a conversation that is possible.
Ava asks, hi ladies, my question is what would help me against binge eating? Thank you.
I've just gone through this myself. It's tough. So what I've learned recently is the first thing is, this just kind of sounds strange, accepting it. When you accept that, okay, it is what it is, this is where I'm at, you kind of take away that like that clawing into it energy and you allow it to kind of flow on its own. So first, accepting where you're at. I'm getting, you have some work to do with your self-image as well, like loving yourself. So if you can sit with yourself and talk to your body and listen to it and feel what it needs, because I'm feeling like something about your stomach, it's like your nutrients and the need for more water. So it is partially a lesson in loving yourself, but also partially in you not absorbing nutrition like you should be. So if you can work on loving yourself and talking to your body and feeling what it needs, it will tell you. But I'm also getting, you need to drink more water. That'll help, because often hydration or dehydration will come out in the need to eat more. it's our body trying to look for liquid, but it makes us feel like we're hungry. And there might also be another layer to it of something in your subconscious that will be coming up at a later date that you're trying to hide from yourself. So just spend more time with yourself.
Date yourself.
That's a good idea.
Well, we don't do that enough. We don't pamper ourselves enough. And people say, oh, I need to do this more often, but we don't. We don't spend enough money on ourselves for ourselves.
Or energy, maybe, not even just money.
No, but like, you know what I mean? We will buy gifts for a date. We will buy for Valentine's Day, for friends, but we don't always do the same, give ourselves the same attention. We are also our own friend.
Yeah, I
We
agree.
are also our own lover in every sense of the word. Like, we don't give the same consideration as we do to outside people.
Yeah, because we're whole on our own, right? But
Yeah.
accepting where you are in this moment with this is going to be a big thing, because I found with me, when I had issues, like I went from having an eating disorder to never eating to eating too much and back and forth. Accepting that it is what it is, I had less of a problem with it, less energetic resistance.
And honestly, you're beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen you as overweight or anything. So
That's fun. That's how much power our minds have over us, though, right?
yeah,
Can
yeah,
fool us.
the mind is a powerful entity, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you use it. Okay, let's go on to the next one. I'm sure people are chomping at the bit.
Taria Avalos asks, I visited a house with my boyfriend. We would like to know how things will go with this house. We want to make an offer.
Okay, so I think it's good, but you at some point you might have to redo the flooring, because I got immediately flooring, but it's not the foundation itself, it's the flooring. You guys may redo it at a later date. It's not like a drastic thing need to be done now, but just be aware there might be a little fix-ups that are needed. But other than that, I'm getting the go ahead and I'm seeing a lot of smiles. So good luck. I think you will get what you want. It'll be good.
I hope so. It's always exciting to get a new house.
And then it will be your new beginning, whatever that means.
Lily Guild says, hey. But Jennifer Schwab says, hello, beautiful ladies. Hope you're doing well. Congrats on the blender.
Yeah, thanks.
Maria Herrera asks, any messages from my spirit guides for next month? Thank you.
Christmas.
Oh, Maria, I get the feeling that you, okay, I apologize for what I'm about to say. I don't know how to say it nicely. They're saying that you have a tendency to half enjoy joy. If that makes sense. They said something else. I'm not going to say it. You don't fully allow yourself to enjoy. Like, even when you're doing something that is fun, there's a part of your mind, like in the back of your mind, you're always worrying. Like, you don't fully allow yourself to relax and be in the moment. They are asking you for your physical health and your mental health to please allow yourself to drop everything you're worrying about and just enjoy the moment, because there's going to be several opportunities in December for you to have joy, and they want you to fully embrace it, because the energy behind this is going to help your physical form heal a little bit. I hope that resonates with you, because it feels like you're tense a lot of the time. Like you're one of those people where when you rest, you're not actually resting, which is why it takes you longer to rest. I hope that helps.
Makes sense.
Firefly Magic Glow says, hello, spirit, Alessian Spirit Father. Lily Guild says, I had a dream. Orion aliens were looking like purple orcs with wings. They had white or black hair and light or dark purple skin, and they had piercings. I feel my twin flame is coming to my life soon. Question mark.
So, because as Elle was asking that question, I heard home. And what is your twin flame? It is the home of yourself. and like home on earth, right? So not only was these beings in the universe kind of winking at you with a smile saying hello, showing you where your home is, like that you're a star seed, where you come from, but it's also showing you that you're going to have your own little home on earth when you are ready. I feel like there is a few things you need to adjust and adapt to first, because you're going through a healing process. There's some stuff you still need to let go of, but they're saying like, hey, we're here, don't give up, it's coming. And it was kind of like, yeah, just like a smile and a wink from the universe. So good luck, that's going to be fun. And I would look into star seeds, especially Orion's. If they're showing you that, it's for a reason. So connect with that if you can.
She adds, they were beautiful looking orcs. They sound quite beautiful.
They do. They sound kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Mbex asks, hey there, Alicia and SF. Any guidance coming through for me regarding the school issues with school?
What was the person's name? Sorry.
Mbex.
Okay. Okay, so I think you're gonna have two options because I got the feeling of a turnaround and a movement forward, which means you have, this is gonna be up to you whether, and in your energy, what you choose. So I think you're going to have options. However, a new option that's coming in is going to be a little bit better. It is going to be linked to this one, but I feel like you're having trouble with this on purpose. It's kind of giving you time to really adjust where you want to go. So don't be worried about it. It's just the universe is bringing something better to you if you want to take it. And it is still linked to this original opportunity. So it'll come. Just really sit with yourself for a while, and they're saying life review, like review your life and where you want to go in the future, because it'll help. Once your energy opens up and is ready, it'll come.
Bonita Man with a
Hey,
$10 super
Bonita.
chat says, hello ladies, hope everyone is well. What is next for me, and what do my spirit guides have to say about what's next for me? There we
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I immediately got love. There's definitely like career change that has occurred, which is going to be going a lot smoother than it has in the past. But they're kind of, your guides are pushing that off to the side, like go to the fun stuff, go to the fun stuff. She needs some fun stuff. So
That's probably true. She probably does.
yeah, take a deep breath. There is somebody you're going to be encountering. It's interesting because they said stepping stone to your person. So this person you're going to have a lot of fun with. It's going to open you up. I see a lot of flirtation, that kind of thing. And it's kind of strange. Getting the wheel grease, whatever that means, into your next relationship. So somebody's going to come in, just their energetic presence is going to open you up, and then your actual person is going to come in. So I'm not sure how you feel about that, but I'd say have fun. There's going to be moments for fun coming in for you. That's cool.
Yasmin Fox asks, hey, any angel messages for me? Did you hear the question? She's frozen.
You're frozen.
You should answer the question, Mom.
Okay, I wasn't listening. Any angel messages for whom?
Yasmin Fox.
Oh, hi, Yasmin.
Just
yeah.
because until spirit comes back.
Yeah, spirit seems to be frozen. So
Okay.
she's back.
Sorry, guys. My internet's been really wonky since we had that storm. Okay, so Yasmin Fox, what was her question?
Messages.
Angel messages. You're better at angel messages than me, so you saved me.
Oh.
It was just too much dead air. Somebody had to talk.
Yeah.
Yasmin, so you've been going through a lot of changes, it feels like, and not entirely conscious, like subconscious changes. I don't know if your sleep has been disturbed or you just don't feel like you're actually getting rest, but so there is a stage of spiritual evolution, like enlightenment stages, because we all go in stages. You're at the stage now where you're getting your wings, and that means that you're getting ready to soar, and you are reawakening to life again. I almost get this feeling of humdrum, whatnot. Okay, I'm noticing a pattern here. A lot more fun stuff's coming for people. You are another one of those people where life is about to get exciting, And I know it's a little bit snowy. I don't know if where you are it's snowing, but they want you to be out in nature more because there is some stuff from the past that is still weighing you down, even though it's not actually attached to you, it's still on your energy. So if you can go through energy cleanses, you can do breath work, you can do meditation, stuff like that. Even sunlight itself and fresh air will cleanse you. But there is a need to kind of slough off this old energy, the dust, and kind of dust off your new wings, and your things are going to start moving shortly, like really shortly.
Let me
So-
get- Sorry, our doggy's having a little bit of a panic attack.
He has a panic attack.
He's born that way.
We love him though.
Yeah. So
That's like, yeah, she's a pain in the butt. Like anytime there's energy, she'll start knocking stuff over. Like, Mom, pay attention. Get off your phone, do something.
Jennifer Schwab asks, my middle daughter Sydney is dealing with some turmoil in her life, brought on by her choice of person in that she's in a relationship with. Do you see her being able to overcome it through will she get through it on her own?
Okay. So it's really weird. The messages are like really tough, but really loving at the same time. I'm getting the same feeling for your daughter here. She will get through it if she chooses to. She has to choose it. She has to be ready to let go. And I think this turmoil she's been experiencing is the universe trying to get her ready to let go, like enough's enough kind of energy. She needs to get to that point. I think she's at the precipice, but again, I'm seeing two pathways. Either she can go back to the old cycle and go to the new, and I feel like she's right in the middle of that. So she has to be ready to choose. No matter how much we love someone or want to show them the truth, they will not see it until they are ready. But she is very close to being ready. So I'm leaning towards yes, she will get through it and she will let go. I heard true colors, so I think she's finally seeing their true colors. I hope that helps.
I haven't got any more questions on my thing.
Yep, that's fine. I got him.
Okay.
Keisha W asks, hello ladies, is Patrick spying on me on social media?
Yeah, big time, and you know it. You can feel
I got that. I got a big yes.
yeah, me too. Like he's a bit cocky, I guess. Oh, I don't even think he's trying to hide it. Like he's just like, if she catches me, she catches me. Maybe she'll do something. So, big time, yes. I don't think there's anything negative or dangerous or anything. He's just nosy and he gets a kick out of it. And I think you guys are playing energetic tennis back and forth. He knows. Yeah. I think he knows that you know. So yes. As far as an approach, not yet. I think he's looking for information of some kind about you first, like an opening. So if you want to talk to him, give him a hint. If not, I would say make your stuff private if you can.
Yeah.
Well, you can always just block the guy.
Yeah. But sometimes it just the guys interested and are not, with if he's spying on you, it's usually because there's as you said, a game going back and forth, the energetic game.
And I didn't get anything heavy or negative. I just kind of laughed and it felt fun. So
yeah, I didn't get anything heavy either. I just got a big neon yes.
Yeah.
Lily Guild adds, I had a dream about me and my twin flame being Orion, and I was on a spaceship with him, and that's why we looked alike. All the beings on the spaceship looked like that.
That makes sense what I got there. Ryan felt energy. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's kind of fun actually. And I do think that's something that's going to be happening more and more. People from like backgrounds are going to be spending more and more time together.
I think that's also why a lot of things are breaking apart so that the new energy can come in.
Yeah, so that it will come and work to everybody's benefit. You sure you don't want me to go get it? Okay.
Tari Avalos asks, if we do some reality shift whenever we make choices, then it means we don't have anything meant for us in our in our lives. That's not true.
No, but it is true. Karma should be coming to an end.
No, I know, but like the choices you make open up to different paths. It doesn't necessarily stop you from learning
No,
your
it just means that you've learned the lesson, so you're bypassing it because there's no need to go through it again. However, that being said, there are certain things set in stone that you signed upon in a soul contract before you came here that you have to experience and you cannot bypass. There's some things the universe will give you leeway with, and other things you just can't.
As soon as you've learned something, you don't need that lesson anymore. If you're in the middle of the lesson, you go, aha, I got it. That lesson's over. That's part of the reasons why relationships will suddenly just be cut off like a surgeon's, because you've learned it. Contrary to that, though, if they come in and you're a soul partner, then that relationship will not cut off. So,
But we're meant to meet so many, like there's karmic soulmates, karmic twin flames, like there's so many different connections. Even we can have karmic friendships and karmic family too that eventually we have to cut off. Like there's so many different layers to it, really.
and right now it is very difficult right now because we are allowing ourselves to shift and change. Ultimately, it's going to be good.
We can either be dragged by our hair, kicking and screaming, or we can just go with it.
Well,
I've learned not to dig my heels and just go with it.
when I was your age, we used to say dragged by our toenails, kicking and screaming.
I would think I would prefer the hair over the toenails. That sounds
Yeah,
awful. We go awful, but
Let me read this a little bit because Elle's trying to help Poppy. Maria Herrera says, thank you. It's very true what you said. And you kind of know that after having had you around for about 5 years. Benita Mann says, thank you.
I think you're jumping the line.
No, I'm just saying thank you.
I know, it just
As Bonita says, okay, I'm sorry, but just trying to fill in the space. I will stop.
I think the lesson is, Maria, is like you gotta learn self-care because you're gonna burn yourself out. Resting is just as valid and important as working. Because I don't know about how old you are or what, but a lot of generations we're taught that if we rest, we're lazy, and it's breaking that programming, realizing that it is vital part of the process, right? So, and joy is too, like we're not meant to just, yes, we're meant to have an human experience and it's flawed and stuff, but we're meant to have joy too. It's not just all work, no play. Or we can learn things through joy as well too. So
Well, I think that's probably a new energy that's coming in that we can learn through joy and happiness.
I think we felt it coming, was it last year?
I don't
Kinda
we so many things happen over that we just kind of lose track. But yeah, I do. It is time. We are meant to be happy. We're meant to be abundant. And this mentality we have of poverty, even with, so for instance, I know this man, I knew him fairly intimately. I think he's probably a millionaire by now. No matter how much money he had, he had a poverty consciousness. And so we're meant to let that poverty consciousness go and realize it doesn't matter how much money we have, it matters how much we have. And abundance isn't just you have a big house. Abundance is how much do people love you? How much do you love yourself? How much can you love others? Those are the things we can take with ourselves when we transition. So those are the true pieces of gold in our lives. Okay now? Yeah. Okay. Hopefully little boy will feel a little better soon and he will stop huffing and puffing and I'll stop jumping the line.
Well,
I just said thank you.
no, I know. I it's just so I don't go over them again.
Oh, it won't matter if you do.
Yeah. Firefly Magic Glow. How does how does N really feel about me? I can't tell if he cares or has a romantic connect or growing romantic connection with me.
Uh, forgive my language. He's scared shitless of you.
That's what I got.
Like he's scared, which means he really likes you. Too early for it to be love, but he's in like with you, if you know what I mean. Like you give him butterflies, and I don't, and that's a soul connection, by the way. Whether it's karmic or not, you'll find out later. However, that is when a man acts like that, it's because they feel extremely drawn to you and they don't know what to do about it. So you might need to help him a little bit because he seems scared. So what you're feeling is right. Just be gentle with him. I heard him say, I'm not seeing a woman of your caliber or a person of your caliber. So just be gentle with him. I think he might put his foot in his mouth if you guys talk. It's going to be a thing with him. It's going to take him a while to be like, okay, he needs to take a deep breath, but that's fun. Yes, he likes you a lot. Very curious about you too. Yeah.
Well, he's probably not met somebody like her before, has he?
No, he hasn't.
And that's a lot of men when they truly meet a truly spiritual person, they're very
they kind of confused. Like they're excited, but like don't know what to do with it sometimes. So he might need some nudging, some guidance.
Ding Dong asks, should I give up on K as a person of as a person in my life?
By the way, Ding Dong, I love your name. I call people Ding Dongs all the time. So there is a possibility for redemption, but a cycle has already been made, and I think you know what I'm talking about. So I apologize. Ooh, that's a heavy energy. I personally, what I feel is the opportunity is there, but I don't think they're going to be capable to take it. It's going to be the same merry-go-round as last time, same things happening, same occurrence. Now, it is up to you if you want to continue that cycle, or if you want to step out of it. Now, when we go through spiritual lessons and cycles, we go through the spiral effect, which means we learn deeper each time, but you can choose at any time not to continue that lesson. So kind of like we talked about earlier, this will be up to you, but I do feel they keep saying a merry-go-round, the same thing as last time. I'm sorry.
I always think when I say ding dong, the witch is dead, witch, the wicked witch, ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. I feel like that's more fitting now than ever.
Yeah, when my cat knocks stuff off, I'm like, you're a ding dong, get out of here.
It's said with love, that's for sure.
Parshi B asks, hi, I have recently met a new guy, but I'm still stuck on my ex. Should I move on with the new guy? Yes. Just yes.
We'll let Spirit answer that, but yes.
I got the same thing. However, I got a bit of a warning for that. Be careful that you don't bring in self-fulfilling prophecy energy from the last relationship. If you go into this next relationship expecting the same things, operating the same way, it could manifest old energy with a new energy. So try to clear yourself a little bit, but go for it. If you're going to do it, go for it 100%. Don't hold back. Don't bring back old stuff into new stuff.
Don't hold on to the new guy or to the old guy.
Yeah.
Just go for it and allow yourself to enjoy it. Allow the new, then it'll be all right. If you bring the old with you, it won't end well.
It's just somebody dropping shit off.
Okay. Sorry.
Somebody came to the door.
Scared the dogs. There are our doorbells.
B Erla says hi,
Hey, B.
Elisha, Spirit, and L. Antari Avalos asks thank you says thank you very much. B asks, I've been feeling Jeff's energy quite a bit these days. Is there anything he would like to tell me? Or just that he's in my head? Thank you so ever much.
I don't know. Has Jeff been with another person and it's not going well? It feels like okay, because that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like he was with someone else. His heart's been with you the entire time, and the universe is now kicking him, excuse my language, in the ass, because I think it's time for him to make a choice, but it's almost like the choice is being chosen for him. Whatever is going on with this other person, it is crumbling, and you are his safe spot. You are his home. You are the keeper of his heart, and you are the person he thinks about. And I mean, it's not really fair to the other person, but
It was
I
a
think
big package, and then he realized it was not.
he is regretting what he chose. I know there's distance there, or I think there's distance there, and that's part of why, but what he wants you to know is that he's hurting, basically, and changes are upon him, changes that he cannot stop any longer. What that means for you too is to be unseen, because there's choices to be made, but something is changing.
I got that too.
Mhm.
Lena Alexander asks,
Hey,
any
Lena.
words of advice for my soulmate connection, specifically with TF?
And what's their name? Sorry.
Lena Alexander, pretty
Lena,
sure you know this woman.
she's been part of Wisdom Seekers for a long time.
Haven't they talked before though?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't know, I just missed the name. I don't know. Sometimes my brain doesn't hold on to words.
Oh, no, I know, I get that too.
Ooh, okay. So I got the word space and I saw the Hermit card in the tarot. So what the Hermit card represents is, yes, knowledge, but knowledge that shows the way forward. So I think there's going to be a bit of a waiting game, or a need for there to be space, because whatever you both are mirroring back and forth to each other needs to be processed before there is concrete movement. There are some lessons for sure. But after this pause period, I'm seeing butterfly wings, which to me is transformation of your connection. So the biggest message right now I'm getting for you is give it time and give yourself time. I feel like there's something going on with you that needs to be adapted and dealt with first. So just love yourself, love him, and give it time, because there will be changes, just not yet. Not yet.
I think that's a good message.
did Daddy Mouth attack you?
That's our other dog. She doesn't have a headache.
Don't give in.
Oh, a broom attacked her.
The treacherous brooms.
Yeah,
Thank you, B. Erla, for the €99 super chat. We do appreciate it.
we really do.
Maria, you already read that. Yasmin Spock says thank you. Kesha W says laugh out loud, ladies. Thanks. MVEX says thank you so much. That makes a lot of sense.
Perfect.
Jennifer Schwab says, thank you so much. That makes sense and gives me hope that things may turn in a more positive direction in her future. I'm
Yeah,
hoping,
she's very close.
I'm hoping her baby son will help her choose the right path. Namaste.
Well, the thing is, it's just what we were talking about today, that things are shifting and changing, and they are very positive. I believe, and we do know Jennifer, and we do know that Jennifer has gone through dark night of the soul for a few years, and it is time.
Yes.
Okay.
Firefly Magic Glow says with a laughing crying emoji, what? That's interesting. He confuses me a lot. Thank you so much for that.
I think it's because he's confused, poor guy.
And with your twin flames, you're going to echo or mirror each other, right?
Mhm.
Well, because it is hilarious to watch twin
Fun.
flames.
Enjoy the game, enjoy the newness. Like just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And enjoy should be the watchword for the next 6 weeks.
Lily Dulo asks, oh, wow, so nice to see you here.
Hey,
How are
Lily.
you doing, ladies? Can I ask any general insight? I feel a deep shift in every area of my life, but I can't feel when. Thank you a lot.
Today.
So yes, but it's okay. So they're purposely hiding you're okay. They're not allowing you to feel it yet because they don't want you to overthink it. I got that. You're giving me tarot cards. That's really interesting. They gave me the self-sabotage card. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's a lady who was blindfolded and wrapped up and surrounded by swords. She could easily take everything off, but I think you have a tendency to kind of scramble a little bit when you know too much. I apologize. So they're protecting you.
He does overthink.
Okay, so they're protecting you and protecting your future by not allowing you to see it, because they want you to just relax into it, let it flow, and know that it's going to be all right, and you don't have to work so hard. Okay, so yes, it's coming. Know that it's going to be fun, it's going to be good, and you will know exactly what to do when it's time to do it. And your guides are laughing, and they're saying, have some tea. It's okay. It's going to be good.
Aaron Bex asks, hello, do you see Dan and I moving in and being married in the next 2 years?
I feel like the opportunity is there, but it's almost like he's not ready yet. I don't know what he's waiting for, if there's some financial settlings going on first, career. It's like, it feels like 3D issues getting in the way, and not necessarily you, but it feels like he needs to work on some stuff first within himself as well. So it's a bit up in the air right now. It's like some stuff needs to come into play that hasn't yet. There's puzzle pieces missing to that like affect this decision. The universe is putting it on hold because I also feel you have some choices to make shortly. And there's some information coming in, so not yet, but you will understand later. They're not giving me much to that other than there's things not come online yet that is going to affect how you both make this decision. I hope that helps.
B. Erla says, thank you, ladies. It's been a long journey. Lily Dulo says, okay, thank you. Salutes, my friend, my guides. I love them a lot.
They love you too.
That's it.
That's it. We're done.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can visit for a few minutes if you like, because I'm sure
Mhm.
I just wanted to show this to Bonita because we were talking yesterday, and I said, I think I could make a cross one-armed, and I can.
I think that's pretty awesome. Mind you, that cross, okay, so the energy behind your stuff is so powerful. That cross you got me that's hanging in my car has protected me from 5 car accidents. Like, it's amazing, really.
Well, I'll have to send you another cross.
Yeah, and it was like, and it's funny because like I would get a feeling like, oh, I need to be careful driving. I'm gonna get in a car accident. And I held that cross. I was like, protect me. And unfortunately, the person in front of me got hit. But if things had been going slightly faster, I would have got like T-boned. Crazy.
But that's their lesson.
Mm.
It says, thank you so much, Spirit. B. Erla says, that looks Christmassy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's very funny. I have these white glass beads, and the lady, Bonita, she likes red. So I just did, and I thought, wow, that is so Christmassy.
And you put so much energy in everything you do.
I just love doing it. I can't help it.
And even with the viewers, like anybody can do something with intention and put the energy out there. Like even like making your cup of coffee in the morning, you can put love energy in that, or like health, and it'll help.
It does. It really does. And it doesn't matter what you do. So like we do resin work as well, and that has a lot of energy in it. A lot of it. Elle and I work together, and we're used to working with energy, but anybody can do it.
Well, and Jennifer Schwab, if she's still watching, can attest to this. I've done a graphic design picture for one of her daughters. I believe it was Tay Tay. And it was a fairy with a couple of wolves around her.
Beautiful wolves.
And that took me a week to do, and I was exhausted every time I finished each night. So,
and your energy L is like heavy hitter, like
oh yeah,
like anyone who has your stuff, nothing's gonna go near.
Well, she's my bulldozer when it comes to energy.
He's told me a few times, like, get that crap out of there. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And it's gone.
Well, yeah, you've actually asked her to yell at you.
I'm like, please yell at me. It's stuff. I need to hear it.
I can be a drill sergeant if I really have to.
Oh, Champagne says, hey.
Hi. I feel like I haven't heard from Champagne in forever. It's been a long time.
No, we haven't really been on that much, but it's kind of fun to be on. We should try to get on more often.
Yeah. And it looks like my health is improving again. So
Well, you're looking really vibrant.
thank you. I feel vibrant. I had a lot of healing to do, a lot of seeing the truth of my issues, I guess you could call it, and how that's not who I am. But we all go through that, right? That's that shadow stuff, like remembering who we really are by knowing who we're not told to be.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah, we have to be who that's what we were talking about a while ago about being spiritual, difference between spiritual and authentic.
Yes.
Well, and it's also seeing yourself as the victim of your past, right? Yes, you've had a traumatic past, and this can go for anyone.
Everyone.
Do you see yourself still as the victim of that abuse, or do you see yourself as the survivor, or you've learned from past the victimhood, so you're not going to continue that story?
We're not even survival.
It's like it's letting go of that, because even if like we've let go of the abuse, if we're still holding on to that wound and not letting it go, it's going to keep resurfacing. Like we have to take back our power and be like, you know what? I'm not a victim. I am powerful. I can be loved and I can love others, and not everybody's going to hurt me, or like vice versa. And another thing too is we have to take responsibility for our part and stuff as well. Like if we've done some things that have hurt people or whatever, not so much an abuse, but like even just relationships, like shutting down on somebody, that hurts people. And we have to take responsibility for ourselves. It's a big
And
thing.
that's ultimately, that's it.
And it's not just, it's the lack of communication that we have with ourselves and with our partners.
Yep.
And the partners
ultimately
being
hurts.
whoever, it could be
Yeah.
the policeman on the street who's waving you through the intersection without the light, where the lights have gone out or something.
Our friends and family, like, but we are our home.
The
If
hardest.
we can communicate honestly with ourselves and what we're feeling, or knowing who we are, how can we connect with anyone else authentically?
Yeah. And basically it's being authentic, I think, is far more important ultimately than being spiritual.
Yeah, because nobody is perfect, and if we try to pretend we are, we're not going to get anywhere. We're just denying the truth. Stop it.
Being authentic is being spiritual. You are not hiding behind a mask of, oh, I'm this very popular, famous TikTok influencer. Or, you're just, I am a weirdo on screen that people watch and ask life questions from. I don't know why, because I'm only X age and I've never lived life, really. But people listen and they accept it. Okay. And it's just, it's a totally different way of, I am genuinely this weirdo and I'm okay with that. You don't have to like it. You don't have to stick around and see where it goes.
That's so powerful. Like the freedom behind just loving who you are is like, there's power, so much power within that.
So I have a message that's not on there, but I want to read part of it. Bonita says, again, love that spirit is picking up on the man. I'm super excited about this. Wasn't this excited until recently. So thank you very much for picking up on what she's interested in.
It's close. Like it's really close.
I think so too,
Mm-hmm. There's that pause, but we're out of that pause now, and it seems like that pause affected everyone for a while.
This is one of the biggest leap forwards I've ever felt.
Mm-hmm.
But we won't notice it immediately. We will notice it in increments. That's just how the spiritual energy works.
And we kind of want it that way too, because if we go too fast, we can get like vertigo and stuff.
Well, yeah, our bodies take time to catch up.
Yes.
And there's a few comments that Elle wants to read.
Champagne says, yes, it's been a while, miss everyone. B. Erla says, that's great to hear, Spirit. Champagne says, shadow work is never ending. LOL. B says, exactly, that is what I'm going through as well. I feel it. Jennifer Schwab says, I really appreciate the words of encouragement. Yes, Dark Night of the Soul has been difficult and happy to get through. Positive pathways moving forward. And yes, Elle did an amazing job. Very talented. Thank you. Champagne says, I feel as if embracing our shadow side accepts it, and that's the answer to shadow work. We are both light and dark. Just my theory.
No,
You're
you're
wrong.
right.
That is very true. We can't be light workers without being dark workers as well.
And some of us actually, I feel, come in as the dark side of the light workers. And they're not negative people, but they dwell in the dark energy a little heavier than the rest of us. And
I had this conversation yesterday with someone that the universe, it uses the dark to better the light. Like it's all part of the process. Like it's
well, technically, scientifically, if you don't have the shadow, we cannot see the light. That's a science fact, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even you block out a light bulb, there's a shadow casting. If you don't have light, there's no shadow to cast. You can't be pure one thing or another.
And we don't want to be either. We want to be the balance. We want to be the male energy and the female energy. We want to be the positive and the negative.
yes. Yeah.
And
That's balance, sure.
We literally want to embody the yin yang symbol.
we do. I mean,
Perfect harmony.
it doesn't have to
You can
be
also
50-50.
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it doesn't have to be 50-50. It can be 30-70 or 60-40. In fact, if you're 50-50, it'd be really weird. But
Even
yeah,
scientifically speaking, like you look at our bodies, the chemical makeup that we have masculine and feminine hormones. Like we're meant to have both.
Well,
Yeah.
and like physically, our bodies are not much different from a male. The sex word warnings, clitoris is a tinier form of a penis.
yes, true.
Like our sex organs are not.
It's just differently.
So Rachel, yes, I think we can get one more question
Yeah.
in, because we're visiting more than anything.
Rachel, yeah. So if you want to ask a question, feel free.
What did I say? I said the wrong name, didn't I?
No, you said the right name.
Oh, good. So Rachel is going to ask a question, but yeah. And the thing that I find is very interesting, you're what, you're 30 or 40 years younger than me?
Yeah, I'm 29.
Well, 40 odd years younger than me then.
Don't make me do math. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You're going through many of the same things that people my age are going through as well. So it doesn't matter the age you are. It does matter the age you are and how you view things, because each decade, I find, having had read for 50 odd years, each decade brings a different way of thinking. And next year, you're going to be in the next decade. You will find that your ideas will shift. But
And they're supposed to. That's how we evolutionize, right? And that's why more children are coming in on the spectrum too, because it's the new wave, right? We have to have change. And even though humans, we hate change, we resist it tooth and nail. We have to have it. That's how we evolutionize and things get better.
yeah, and another thing to go along with evolution, we're living longer. People are staying younger, childlike longer. So when they think they're adults and they're 21 years old, well, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they would have been adults. But now, because we live longer,
It's funny, you notice that too, actually. Like you look at old videos of like high school students, they look like they're 30. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. It is a very, because people were getting married. They got out, graduated grade 12, got married, had kids.
Yep.
Well, now they graduate, go to university, fool around
And
for
we
a
also
few
live
years, and
longer
have
too.
kids. Pardon?
Yeah, we live longer too. Like,
I think the average people who are now in their 20s will probably average out about 130 now. I suspect.
Okay, I have the question.
Okay.
Thank you, Rachel S. Thank you. I'm concerned about my financial situation. Do you see me getting a better job?
Will my
Okay.
finances improve?
they will, but you need to take action and it's not going to be in the way you expected. So I felt immediately applying for assistance because you are in a temporary standstill. Again, we got another pattern. If you can apply for temporary assistance or something temporary because a new, better opportunity is going to open up. So again, it's following right along with that new energy. So you might, again, just apply for something temporary in the meantime because you're not quite ready yet. The energy is not quite ripe. Like I'm seeing an underripe fruit that's going to be ripe, but so in the short, yes, but you might need to take a detour. I hope that helps.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. We have been on for an hour, I believe.
Mm.
Are you, how are you doing?
I'm good. I can feel my energy winding down now. Like I
Okay.
start to, I don't know if people see me here before, I get spacey. And it's not because I'm trying to ignore anybody, it's because my body's doing its thing.
Yeah.
So I'm
Well,
getting to that point now.
We are at the end, and unless you have more words of wisdom, we can call it.
I
'Cause
guess the
There's a lot of
usual,
things that like, I don't remember exactly how much you talked about the new energy that's coming in,
phenotype, yeah.
but you were saying something about it going above the quantum.
Yes, it is. So for the last little while, okay, so how do I explain it? So you know how like over the years there's been indigo children, crystal children, and so on and so forth. Well, that's like the energy frequencies. We've had carbon, crystalline, quantum, and now we're reaching the new one, which is the void state, which sounds scary, but it's not. It's creation, it's everything. Like you can like snap of a finger and it reaches all planes of existence. Like it's not, it's really intense energy. It's beyond like shock waves. So, and that's why our bodies are changing to be able to get to that frequency. Like the light workers that have agreed upon this, that's why a lot of us aren't feeling well. So this
I
energy
wonder how
is,
many people have had diarrhea lately that are light workers.
because our stomachs, like the stomachs is the core of our being, like our energy centers in our heart is all right here, right? So like our bodies are trying to catch up to that and like, oh gosh, what is going on? But that's also purging too of the old, is getting rid of stuff that you don't need, because that's what waste is, right?
And it's getting rid of it quickly.
Yes, not gently. But that's because people are also allowing it too. And if we fight it, which I did for a little while, I started getting really sick and tired and I just let it go through and it was fine.
But I think we want to finish off with the key word is do it with joy.
Mhm.
Have fun, but joy. And joy should be something that even when it's a spirit, to me, joy is a spiritual word of knowing that even when life is hard, there's that sense of love, of continuity, the overall, we are looked after.
We are all connected to the universe. We're not separate. You know, the image they gave me was going up on a roller coaster about to go down and having fun. And then they gave me the image of someone running off a cliff and trusting in their wings and just going and flying.
You know, you mean not being the coyote and the roadrunner?
Yeah, just flying, just go and trusting that you're gonna fly, even if
Yeah.
you've never flown before.
Well, yeah, because even in the roadrunner, he came out on the other end. And a
Mhm.
couple of them, he came up with wings.
Little beat up, but he was okay.
But we should be beat up. We should enjoy life thoroughly, painful as it can be.
Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty boring if we were just safe and didn't experience anything all the time. Like fear can be turned around into joy and be fun. Like fear isn't necessarily something wrong. It's just anxiety because something's new, which can be exciting.
Yeah, and then with it is you just,
Rachel says, thank you. Jennifer Schwab says, that's so great. It's so great to see you ladies. Have a blessed rest of your week. Namaste.
and let's call it at that.
Yeah, just before we go, I'd like to wish on behalf of all wisdom seekers, happy Thanksgiving to our American watchers and whatever holidays, Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yep.
They're all things.
And also, I'd like to welcome Camille back into the fold. She had a physical ailment and she is now starting to get better. And so we're all wishing her as much energy, blessing energy as possible. So with that, namaste, namasko, and thank you so much, Spirit. I'll talk to you in a bit.